What's going on? What's going on?
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes, yeah. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe.
Welcome back.
I follow to the edge of it all.
In the chat room.
To the edge of it all.
Age, Cindy, gender, let's get it. Come on.
Good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Ooh. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem.
Ha. Get them up.
'Cause I know what I'm getting
Get the likes up.
into.
Get the engagement up, folks, so we can keep on going.
Nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe.
Are you fit to be a high value man's woman?
To the edge of it all. So tell you
29 years old from the DMV, 36 Cincinnati, 39 Charlotte, 43 Dallas, 41 Toronto, 37-year-old female from Germany. We got it going in here now. Godfather's in the house, and the house is his ex.
So tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
Welcome back to the week is almost over. The weekend is here upon us. Oh, yeah, baby, baby, baby. Oh, man, I'm loving life these days. How's everybody doing? Got to make sure that tie sends up here right. I hate when if you guys don't know how to tie a bow tie, you need to watch my video on 5 tie knots a man must know. 5 tie knots a man must know. And we're going to try something a little different today because the systems have been kind of lagging. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to put less strain on the computer as I'm in the process of getting another one. An entirely new computer to handle the massive workload that we got to get up under. But until that time, this is what we got to work with. Danger zone. So, the question is, as it's been for a minute, I often have people asking about, and it was even in the chat room before the show started, why all this focus on high value this, high value that? See, if you haven't been around long enough, you may be new to the conversation. Like it or not, gentlemen, the women who come here, the women around these parts, they really don't care about regular guys, average guys. They say they do. But at the end of the day, when it comes to getting the man they want, the man most women want is a man who can pay all the bills. So she doesn't have to pay any substantial bills after she's pregnant. They want to have 2 or 3 kids, mostly 3, live in a nice suburban gated community that feeds to a nice public school or private school, All the kids should have cars at 16. Every kid should have a college fund. Every kid, the daughter should have a wedding trust. And while you're doing all that, the husband needs to make sure that his wife has a BMW or a Mercedes, that they can take wonderful trips, not just to not to Six Flags for the weekend. No, 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 no. These women are talking about they're wanting to go to Europe for, 3-4 weeks. And my thing is this: I don't judge what people want. I just ask the question: can you afford it? Can you afford to pay for what you want? So the reason I put high value in things is because I need to clarify who we're talking about. That's what's been missing from a lot of these conversations. No specificity, no clarification on who's being spoken of. So when hyperbolic statements get made, it's easy to say, oh, all men do this, all men do that. Now understand something. If you highlight my name to try to get my attention, I'll give you one warning. Do not do that. I do not like it when people do that. You're trying to get my attention, and there's one way to get my attention. It's called super chat. Put it in super chat, and it will highlight you the right way. If you at me, it pulls my attention, and what I'll do is I'll just block you. So now that we got that straightened out, everybody should be clear. Let's get into the broadcast. All right, so we're going to keep this one here so we can keep up with the chat room. Rent cornbread will do it. Cornbread and them. And Otasia's up on this mug. So, hey, man, let's get right down to it. Are you fit to be a high-value man's wife? A woman? See, when I say wife, see, a lot of women will make a distinction because they can date men. I want to be really clear. The kind of men that you ladies want, are you fit to be his wife? Now, who watched the show last night? Who watched the show last night? Who watched the show last night? Yeah, thank you. Just being myself. When somebody comes in there and does that, I want you to knock them out of here. Who watched the show last night? If you watched the show last night, I ran down 3 more personality types. 3 more personality types. Moderators, if you see anybody highlight me, time them out. Time them out one time and I'll come behind and block them. Anybody highlights me, time them out. So last night I ran down 3 new personality types, okay? 3 new personality types. I talked about Hilary. That's the it girl. I talked about Tina. That's the girl who is the eternal 7. She's cute, can look really good, but she wasted her time. These are the women that cause a lot of problems. But the woman that caused and the other woman is Angie. That's the woman who's an average looking woman, but she's gone back to get her. She's a career driven, focused kind of woman. Goes to the right schools, get the right degrees, career path, and like I said, and she can be in the room and in these places with these high value men that she likes. She's a peer or a colleague because she has maybe some of the same titles, but none of these guys would pick her for a wife. She's a good woman to talk to. She's one of the boys. There are a couple of other folks that we need to talk about. Okay? So we got Hilary, we got Tina, and we got Angie. Now, the other woman, she kind of represents the 87 octane woman. And this woman is, I think I'm going to call her either Michelle or Lisa. I'm not sure. But this is the woman who graduated from high school. She may be a school teacher, something like that. This is a woman who really, really has her head on straight. She knows pretty much where she ranks. She's pretty well level set. This is not a woman who really feels like she's entitled to get a high value man. I mean, she would take one if he came along and he found and he was interested in her. Um, Let me take that back. Some of these women would not even take a high value man because they know they don't fit in that world. You know, Lisa or Michelle, they're the most level headed of all the women. You know, average looking, you know, um, life has told them pretty much where they rank and they follow it. These are the women that tend not to have a lot of problems with men. They tend to have a lot of male friends. They tend to be cool. These are also the women that tend to get married early on and tend to stay married the longest. These are the women, this is where your widows come from. Because these women tend to stick with their husbands. And then the other woman is Kim. Kim is that 85 octane. Why all these things matter? Because you got to ask the question: are you fit to be a high value man's wife? Hilary is. Hilary's fit to be. She can move and she has the moves. Tina thinks she is because she's just a little less cute. She's an adjustable 6. Hilary is an 8, 9, or 10. Like I said, she's an AKA. She's an All Right Association. She is Hilary, the it girl. She played the same sorority as Hilary in the same meetings in the same places, but none of the jocks on campus weren't trying to holler at Tina. Tina, like I said, Tina rises once the Hillarys get married. Angie's in the sorority too. But she was like the rock of the line. She's the one that always had to do the hard work. Angie, while Tina while Hilary knows she is fit to be a high value man's wife, Tina thinks she is. Angie believes she can make her way in there. She wants to be there. Angie wants to be in the group. Tina thinks she is, and Hilary knows she is. While Michelle or Lisa, whichever one, let's call her Lisa for tonight. While Lisa ain't even worried about all that. Lisa's like, that corporate bougie, that's not me. You know, I'm just a simple girl, you know. And then Kim is like, what's a high value? What? Kim, if you remember the movie Set It Off, when Jada Pinkett was in that movie Set It Off, that's the Jada Pinkett character. You know, Blair Underwood, the high value brother in the bank, Jada Pinkett Smith was Kim. All right, now here's the thing. As long as we keep the engagement over 50%, we can keep moving. So let me look down at the likes and see where are we. Because I'm not seeing that many. We should have over 1,200 right now. What do we have? Oh man, we only have 4. Oh man, we got to refresh that. Come on, people. So how many people know some of these archetypes? Let's get the likes up, folks. Oh man, we only have over 1,000 likes. I'll give you a minute to get them up. Get them up. Precision penalty shot. That's your one warning. I don't know you, and I'm not playing this troll game tonight, man. Moderators, here's what I need you to do. We're gonna have a lot of silliness in here as we continue to move on. I'm not allowing people to just come in and just talk crazy. So if you don't, get on the job. So here's the thing. Hilary is the girl that most of the girls want to be. She's the one they envy. The problem is Hilarys tend to hang with Hilarys. Why? Because they get so much hate from Angies and Tinas. Hilarys hang with Hilarys. Their mamas are Hilarys. And even though Hilary's a good-hearted woman, Tina and Angie can't learn from Hilary because they hate on her too much. So Hilary and Angie can see what Tina and her mama and all them folks do. You know, Hilary tends to be a legacy. Her mom and dad tend to be married. All that good old stuff. Very Cosby-esque. Why is this important? Well, because when Angie and Tina go to college with Hilary, they can start seeing what some of these things can benefit, but they don't know how to move that way. They don't know how to move that way. So they start trying to do the things that they see on the surface. They try to dress like Hilary. They go from wearing the sweatpants or the joggers and the jeans. You know, they start putting on dresses, pencil skirts. They start dressing more feminine. They take off them, you know, their chucks or their freaking boots and carrying on, and then they put on heels. See, they try to look like Hilary. They try to do everything they see Hilary is doing. Matter of fact, they try to walk like Hilary because they didn't learn how to walk in heels well, right? They're practicing trying to be like Hilary. They're mocking her while trying to be like her. If they're her roommate in college, they'll sneak into her perfume. They'll be wearing her clothes and all this other kind of stuff because when they're around the same size. But they never really liked Hilary, thought Hilary had it too easy. They resented Hilary, and Hilary was the one that could really help them out because Hilary learned this stuff from her mom and her aunties and the women that grew up around her and the men that were in her neighborhood. Angie and Tina and the rest of the women, they didn't have nobody really teaching them. And the one person that could have helped them, they hate on too much. And once college is over, they're not around any more Hilarys. They're around other Tinas and Angies. Lisa ain't in this world. Lisa and Kim are not worried about high value nothing. Lisa don't want the pressure, and Kim thinks it's all a bunch of smoke and mirrors. So what happens? As time goes on, the Hilarys get married, the Tinas rise to the eternal sevens. They are out and about after age 25 on the open dating market, and all the remaining guys that are left, because all the Marks and the Keiths are gone, and the Aarons and the Gregs are out there. Aaron and Greg is out there, and he has to deal with Tina and Angie. Years gone by, those groups of people would have sorted off, been married, and been happy with each other. But Tina's and Angie's all want Marks and Keiths. So when they only have Greg's and Aaron's to pick from, Aarons, they look around and talk about, how come I can't get no high value men? Where are all the good men at? And these guys are not high value dudes. They don't move in these worlds. So what does that mean? Tina and Angie never have a chance to really put into play the things they saw or heard Hilary talk about. So then all of a sudden, Henry comes in. Keith comes in. Or Mark is his name, and he steps to Tina. Because he knows maybe they're living in a place where they're not however it happens. He shoots his shot. He hollers at Tina, exchange information. They talk a few times on the phone, and he asks her out. And Mark is a Henry. Henry's date. But see, Henrys are gentlemen also, but gentlemen are used to dealing with, understand something, Hilarys are used to dealing with ladies. And there are a lot of people that say that men should do this, men should do that. But good guys gentlemen only do, you can only expect a gentleman to treat you like a lady if you're a lady. And that does not mean a woman or a female. All right, we're going to have to get these likes up. So y'all still haven't got me my likes. So here we go. Run my likes. Get them up. Don't be talking about any content creators in my chat room. I will time you out. Don't mention any content creators' names. Mark does not like white women. Let me go ahead and time you out for saying something stupid like that. Guys, you can't come in here talking that bull crap either just because you hating on Mark. If you're not a Mark, don't talk about Mark. Talk about what you are. 4, 3, 2, 1. What are you trying to Mark like this, Mark like this? You ain't Mark, leave him alone. You ain't Keith, leave it alone. Be who you are. Are we up? Alright. We're up. We're up. So here's how this is gonna go. Guys, what I mean is I don't want to see guys talking about, unless you are in that group, don't talk about the group, man, because it looks like you're hating. Nobody knows the context. All right, so here we go. After age 25, all these groups start coming together. And between age 25 and 35, Tina and Angie realize there are not as many Keiths and Marks out there. So they're dating Greg's and Anthony's. I mean, Greg's and Aaron's, they don't like them. But when Mark or Keith, one of them may be single, one of them may be out of a relationship or a divorce, that's when these groups tend to start mixing. The problem is, Mark asked Tina out. And she's like, "Ooh, girl, I met a Mark. I met a Keith." And she's all ready to go. They've exchanged text messages, kept it light, kept it, general. He goes to take her out, and she pulls this. You can't come pick me up. I'll meet you at the restaurant. Rule number 1. Tina pulls you can't come pick me up. I need you to come meet me at the restaurant. Angie will do it also. But Mark, being the gentleman he is, says no problem. First date, first meeting. And the first meeting is not for drinks. It could be for a lunch, or it could even be for an early dinner. The thing is, Angie or Tina sit down with Mark and Keith, and they start talking to him and acting with him like they acted around their ex-boyfriends. They start treating high-value men like they treated all other men that aren't on their level. Angie and Tina will start talking about politics, religion, sex. They're sitting there on masculine as hell with their face beat to the gods, with their nice clothes on, smelling good, purse, all that together. The look is there, but the energy and attitude is wrong. Because on the one hand, she has no idea who these men are. And she talks to them like everybody else. And that don't work with these guys. Mark cracks a joke, a lighthearted joke, an attempt to make a little sarcastic humor. Tina and Angie would get offended at the joke he cracks. He cracked a joke and they would know he was meaning it as a joke, but instead of laughing and saying, "Oh, you silly," instead of laughing at the corny joke, they get an attitude. "Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, we going there." They're sitting in front of a man that they say they want, the kind of man they say that they want, and they are blowing it. Why? Because they are socially awkward AF. Ooh. Did I say that? They are socially awkward AF. They don't know how to move around guys like this. He hits their imprint. He's the right height, the right look, the right that. And instead of letting their guard down, they get on extra defensive and they start to blow it. Their little girly instincts are tingling. They're getting excited, but then their I am woman, hear me roar starts overtaking. And oh, girl, don't let yourself go. Don't do this. Don't do that. And they overcompensate because they are attracted to a man for the first time. And instead of making the most out of this, they completely crap the bed. But Mark is a gentleman. Keith are a gentleman. They'll sit there and have the rest of the dinner. He'll put up with the tension because he's going to one of his restaurants where he knows people and he has a reputation to uphold. He's a respectable man. And instead of terminating the date early, he just proceeds with it to try to see what can be salvaged. Completely they're not even in the friend zone. They're in the neither world. But he's still trying to be cool. But see, she doesn't understand how to move like this. Diplomacy, politically correct, tact, courtesy. Oh no, these are things that don't exist in her world. See, these women are used to telling men off. See, Hilary, you would have to be hard pressed to hear the Hilarys of the world curse. Tina, she'll curse, and Angie has a potty mouth. Why? Because sadly, so many women who fit this category, their only abilities are on their resume and in the bedroom. What non-sexual abilities do you have, ladies? If you can't wow him in the bed, if you can't wow him over their dinner table or wow him on the dance floor or around other people, if he cannot see how you will act in his world, because he's going to take you into his world, and you're acting like a show enough butthole. And here's the thing, she don't even know she's doing it. She usually doesn't have any clue that she's doing it because she's been doing it for so long. And she thinks that these men are like those men. What are some other things that what are some other things that will happen? Oh, Angie, when the check comes and Mark goes to pay, she'll ask for separate checks. Oh, when the check comes and Mark knows the general manager, his server, and everything else, when the check comes, he'll say, Robert, bring the check. No, separate checks, please. She will demand it. Because she has to show her value. See, I'm your equal, Mark. I'm an attorney as well. I'm on this level as well. You're a 6-figure and I'm a 6-figure. Yeah, I already got a child by a Pookie or a Ray Ray, but I'm going to make you wait 6 months, even though I got pregnant under a year. Y'all remember this, right? Y'all remember this one, right? Yeah, remember the woman I talked to that said she's stingy with the pussy? The video's on the channel. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. I uploaded it this week. The woman who got pregnant, who was with a guy for 4 years, a loser for 4 years. And in the first year of being with the loser, she got pregnant and had a baby. But now she's with a high value man that she says is a high value man and a good man. And he ain't seen no parts of the Wazani. Yeah. Because see, she's still treating Mark and Keith like these dudes. And then they go around and say, after it falls apart, and Mark lets it go. Keith lets it go. The check is paid and he walks her to her car. He's still a gentleman. Oh, tries to open the door for her. This is the woman that tends to get upset when you open the door for her. Because, see, she's already at the restaurant, but he walks her to her car. She's kind of hesitant to let him walk her to her car because she thinks, well, if he sees the kind of car I got and my license plate, he may stalk me. This is what, guys, this goes on. Ladies, Hilary, this happens. These women are acting like they are the straight up ish. That they got to protect themselves from these guys. The people in the chat room are laughing. They know this is real. Mark, go to open it. You don't need to open the door. They don't even know how to act. And even when they want to relax over dinner, if Mark orders a glass of wine, she ain't drinking. She has to keep her faculties about her. She cannot relax. She won't let her guard down. Nothing that he will do that he could do with Hilary, and Hilary would just enjoy them, the whole thing, the ambiance and everything else. She acts like she's taking it. She acts like she's taking the MCAT or the JD. She is taking a license board exam, and she has to pass it the first time, or she can't take it. She's sitting there on full on interview mode. It is tense. It is awkward, and Mark is sitting back saying, well, she is an adjustable six. I mean, kind of my type. I'm tired of the Hilarys because Hilarys are kind of high maintenance and they're not as many. And, she does have she does have her credentials are great. She's part of she goes to the right places. She's a part of the right clubs. On paper, it's great. But in person, I can't deal with it. She is too much like a man. Or her her energy's all wrong, and I don't have time to figure it out. So let me go ahead and end this date, try to keep a professional contact. He opens the door, walks her to her car. She kind of lets him walk to the car, and then he goes in. Then he's like, okay, well, have a good night. He goes to do the business side hug that's approved, and she sticks her hand up like this. Or if she doesn't do the front hand jam, the Danielson wax, paint the fence. She doesn't do that. Even when he goes in to do the appropriate side hug, she makes sure she turns all the way completely to the side and sticks her butt all the way. Whew. I know what I'm talking about. Basically seeming like, well, I don't want to put my boobs on him and this and that and da 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 da. Then Mark does the gentlemanly thing. If she drove, he'll say, text me and let me know you made it home. If she Ubered, he pays for the Uber. How does he pay for the Uber? You can pay for somebody's ride. Reimburses her for the Uber. See, he insists on doing his gentlemanly part. And she's on all the way on the road home. Something about the date starts to gnaw at her. She starts to realize that didn't really go. I mean, it went all right. Her spidey senses are tingling a little bit. But this woman fully expects Mark or Keith to contact her again, and she thinks they're going to go out for a second or third date. She thinks it went pretty well. And Mark or Keith, they're sitting there, oh my God. This woman is just, oh, no, thank you. So when she hits him up, oh, look who's back. Oh, I think I hit you. Don't be in here trolling my chat room, chick. So what happens is she reaches out to Mark, to Keith, and all of a sudden he's not responding like he was before. He's gone completely LinkedIn business because he knows there's no shot. But she, in her mind, she's kind of started to like him because that's the longest she's ever been able to be around a high value man in his world. And she liked it. Even though she didn't let herself enjoy it, she actually liked being at Ruth Chris or Papado or whatever. She liked that a man actually opened the door, closed the door, great conversation, cracked a joke. And it was insistent upon being a gentleman. Of course he was. He's in his place. He has to keep a reputation. She's like, well, he's the kind of guy that could do the kind of work to earn a woman like me. Oh my God. That's what she tells her friend. Girl, Mark's the kind of man, you know what? He can earn, he can get these, you know. Oh, Randy, it hurts, don't it? It hurts. Yeah, the guy for that, he don't know what he's talking about. He just over there making up stuff, lying to these. Like, he don't know. Y'all don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. She get on the phone and call her girlfriends, and they sitting around there having a bottle of wine, drinking this and that. And she's like, girl, the next time we go out, you know, I may even give him a kiss. And it ain't gonna be no next time. He ain't gonna go out with you again. Mark slowly starts backing off. He unfollows you here. Somebody said you got the LinkedIn level associate. Next thing you know, there's no more communication. And in her mind, he's the F-boy. She's texting and calling and moving around like some crazy ex-girlfriend after one date that she blew. And he knows that I cannot talk to this person and let him know, hey, thank you, it was a great time. I just don't think we're matched, because she seems a little bit unbalanced. Dinner was a chore. So there's no way to reject a woman like this cleanly. So he just goes no contact. Here's where the ghosting comes from, ladies. Tommy Lauren. This is why you get ghosted. Tommy Lauren. It's not because they're trash or wusses. It's because you're certifiably socially awkward AF. And there's no way to have a conversation with you that's not going to end without more damage. So, here goes Tina and Angie. She doesn't want Aaron or Greg. And she's just waiting for the next time she can possibly end up interacting with Mark or Keith. And she never looks in the mirror to realize that, you know what? The person she actually probably fit best with was Aaron or Greg. Because she doesn't fit in Mark's world, because in Mark's world, she has to be a lady. She has to be feminine, fit, friendly, cooperative, submissive, agreeable. What else does she have to do? Well, she has to have something on the board other than her resume and her sexual abilities. You may be good in bed, ladies, but are you good out of bed? You may be good in bed, but are you good out of bed? Angie, Tina, these women tend to have over-the-top or loud personalities, dominant personalities, that kind of stuff, and it doesn't work in a high-value men's world. It doesn't work for him, it won't work for his colleagues, and it won't work for the other women. She will stand out like a sore thumb. These are the women who don't play helpmate very well. They're looking for partners. They're looking for somebody who to partner with, not somebody who they can help serve. They're the woman who gets upset at her boyfriend because he actually just asked her to serve him. They cooked together. He just wanted her to serve him and then to have sex. Are we hearing something? So tonight, ladies, we're going to ask you, if you had a shot at a high-value man, are you fit to be in his world? Are you fit to be his wife? See, before you become his wife, you got to become his woman. And before you become his woman, you got to get on a date. So we got to knock this stuff off that high-value men only deal with beautiful, gorgeous model women. Yeah, that's not all they deal with, because that's not all there is. High-value men date and will date all the way down to an adjustable 6, especially older ones or guys who've been divorced. especially guys who or have a child, all kind of things. But what they will not deal with is a woman who moves through the life like a man. Oh man, I know some folks is upset with me. I know some folks is upset with me. But before you get upset with me, I tell you what, I know we want to open the call line. But before we do that, we got to get these likes up, man. We got to get these likes up. And we're going to have to run these donations, man. We're going to have to get these stuff up because y'all ain't going to cuss me out for free. Ain't going to cuss me out for free. You're not going to cuss me out for free. I know you're ready to cuss, though. Come on, Tia. Come on, Miss Scoops. What you going to do? Hold on. Let's see. What's going on here?
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Make it rain them likes. Do your thing, Tierra Scoops. See that smile on that face? That's a genuine smile. That's a woman with a genuine smile.
Money work. Si me quiero educar.
I just got confused there for a second. Hold on.
Un lugar para trabajar. Y si no hay pues emigrar. Todo money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el putín entero. Funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te la ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos.
Make it rain them likes.
El dinero ya lo veré.
Come on, people.
Mi alma lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work.
Yeah, as well.
Se arregla con dinero.
Why don't you let the guys call in?
Money work.
Nobody trying to date
las
you.
cosas como son. No quiero ninguna
get a high value
aceptación. Tampoco
boyfriend?
vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para
I
mí
will
ser
answer that
grande
question in a
es un
minute.
interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber.
Join the show,
El dinero
ladies.
ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
Luna.
Lunático.
All right. Thank you, Tierra. Appreciate it, sweetheart. Money World and girls. Here's the thing. When you call into the show, this is how it's going to go. You're going to have no background noise going on. You'll have to get on the camera, even though you won't have to be on the channel. I got to be able to see who I'm talking to. And I'm seeing people from why y'all calling in? If you called into the show, several times. Let's see. Continue breakout rooms. So here's what we're gonna do. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I know some of the women in there like, what? I've never heard anything like this before. Well, I'm telling you, I've heard of some horror stories from guys, from women who don't know how to act, women who think they are the stuff and they don't know how to act. Take you someplace and you're rude, you're out of pocket, you're out of line, you're over talking. Man, oh man, do you know how to? Are you fit? Let me say something else before I get in the room. Let me let you know something else, ladies. Here's something else dudes don't like. When a guy will try to see if a woman can fit in his world, and he takes the woman over to a house party or a company function, and all the guys are over here, and all the wives are over here. This woman is so antisocial and so difficult that she wants to be over with the men. She cannot hang with the women. Oh, damn. Did I just tell on you? This woman is so antisocial that she has to be over with the men. She cannot be with the women. And the host of the party is kind of like, here we go. Valentina, you don't have a microphone on yet. What's going on? See, I'm telling you, man, how many men have experienced something like this? Tell them, man. Tell these ladies what's going on. That it's not the fact that they only want women that have a certain hair type and a certain skin complexion. No, no, no. They need somebody who can fit in their world, who understands Henry's world. Do you understand Henry's world? Henry's worldview? Henry is the star. You are the co-star. No, you cannot be out front. He is. And see, Angie and Tina have been working so hard and so long. They're used to being out in front. That's what I'm talking to. So many women are like, well, how do I let go of this masculine such and so forth? Well, that's when you're going to have to, call in. Let's find out. Your audio's not connecting. Got to connect your audio. Valentina. Valentine. Okay. Darlene, you're going to have to start your video. Valentina, Valentine. Calm down, sweetheart. Hey, how you doing? Valentina, how are you? How are you? Okay. So, do you are you fit to be a high value man's wife? Okay. You want to give me some more, or you just want me to just what? Okay, I need you to get closer to the microphone. That's a little bit better. You currently, how old are you? 28. Okay. Okay. My question is, do you want to be a high value man's wife? No, 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 not why not. There's pressure to be a high value man's wife. See, I'm not playing in this show. I'm serious. So, do you want to be I mean, I'm going to ask you the questions. You're 28. Are you in the States? I'm assuming you've never been married. All right. Why do you want a high value man? Well, then he's not a high value man. No, 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 no. Stop right there. Stop right there. He's not a high value man. See, that's why I'm knocking this bull crap off. I've defined high value man. You know what a high value man is. High value men have the money. That's the starting point. So, is this a conversation for you? What's the first thing of what is the first thing? Okay, um, you're 28. What is something that has to be mandatory to be a high value man's wife? Yeah, fit, friendly, and feminine. But there's also something else. You have to look the part. You have to be attractive, pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous. All right, no, 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 no. I'm not doing that bullshit. I'm not gonna do that. Not you're not going. I'm trying to be nice, but see, you want to come in and try to redefine something, ma'am. You don't fit that. You don't, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm not gonna put you on camera because that's not fair. But your father may be a nice man. That's fine. But if he doesn't make the money, he's not there. And high value men want their women to be. You can't work on beauty. You either are or you are not. And you're an average woman. That's not an insult, ma'am. That's just a statement of fact. All right. Then average women and high value men don't match. You cannot, but see, let me listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. There's nothing you can work on that a high value man wants. Can you change the way you look? You really? Okay, how? Let me get off my damn phone. You need some. You need some therapy, man. Because if you actually, I mean, well, do you have the kind of money to afford plastic surgery on your face? No, 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 no. If you're being honest, ma'am, why go through all that? Get off my phone, man. I ain't got time to play with you, and I'm gonna put you on back. That woman is drove. She looked like KRS too. I don't know where you ladies come through thinking you can just be a four, and just because you want to be. I think I just talk. What you mean? Hello, how are you? Okay. Huh?
Like maybe I woke up, I realized I woke up late in life. You know, I
Hold
fell
on, hold
under the
on, hold on, hold on. Guys, you missed the first caller. You ain't missed nothing. That first caller looked like she was part of Boogie Down Productions, talking about she's working on herself to become a high value man's wife. No, and I did not want to. No, even if she, I don't know if she was trolling or being serious, and either one was sad. Trust me. That's why I just no. It's no. Go ahead, darling.
She just needed to lose some weight
No,
and
baby
just
girl, she can't lose. No, no, no. That
right
see, that's
there.
no. See, this is what I need you ladies to understand. I need you ladies to understand that this is not negotiable. You cannot choose. Look, high value men decide. Do you ever find a man who has money who goes and gets with an unattractive woman after he has money? No, he doesn't.
Kevin,
No,
I've
he
seen
doesn't.
I've seen it. I've seen high value
Is it
men
the
with
norm?
women that
Is
are
it the no?
like
No, no, no. See, now I'm about to get on you if you want to go down this path because now you're conflicting with me, and that's fine. We can do it. You've seen it, but do you know them? Do you know them as a couple?
I don't know. No, I don't know the ins and
There
outs
you
either.
go. You don't know if they got high value men with average looking women tend to have gotten them early on.
Oh.
I mean, let's be honest, darling. Darlene, is it?
Does that mean if they got them early on, does it mean over time they got they let
That
themselves
means
go.
that means she actually was with him when he was in his building phase, in his
Um,
early 20s. I mean, let's be real. What
right.
city do you live in?
Me?
Hmm?
Oh, I live in Nashua, New Hampshire, which is part of my problem. I'm
But
out in
but my
middle.
point is, what's the biggest city you live near?
Oh, Boston.
Okay, so if you had a man in Boston, Boston is 100. So making, let's say he was making 400, $500,000 a year. Uh huh. Do you think he's going to go out and get a woman who is a 4 and she's
No,
overweight? That's
no.
not. That's my point. They
Yeah.
don't do that. And so when you ladies come in and say, "Well, I've seen it," you reinforce the delusion that people like the previous caller had. It's better, honestly, if you guys just listen to what the guys are saying, because even your opinion doesn't matter unless you plan on being a lesbian and going to marry one.
Well, this is why I'm so happy. You're a healer. I know they call you the Godfather. You're a healer. I don't know if you realize that.
Mm.
I
Well,
recognize healer.
so let's see, and let's see if we can get through. So you're in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So why? So my question is, I'm always curious. Why do you want to have a high value man? Why do you want one, or
Okay.
do you need one?
Because well, first of all, like the topic of this particular show is called
Are you
"Can
fit
You
to be a high value man's woman?
Are You Fit?" So, do I want one? By your definition of a high value man is money? No. I'm
Well, hold on,
50.
hold on to something. It's not my definition. I take the world's definition.
Okay,
The
the
world
world's
defines high value men.
okay, I stand corrected. The world's definition. But I find that the pattern of my life and the men that I've been with and the people that I work with and the environment that I'm surrounded by, the best match for me is a high value man because of what I'm bringing to the table with the high value man. I don't want to just go and have him pay my bills. I want to go and I've always felt like I should be a helpmate. That's been in me since I started teaching yoga. I know I'm
Hold on. How long have you been teaching yoga?
12 years.
All right. And how old are you?
I'm 52. I'll be 53 in 2 days. Leo season.
Okay. Well, we're around the same age.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been married?
No, engaged 8 years. My son's
What?
father. I was
Engaged
engaged to my son's father. I have one son.
for 8 years?
8 years I was with my son's father, yes.
Oh yeah, I thought you were engaged 8 years.
No, we were engaged a year and a half,
All
I
right. Well,
guess.
I'll skip that for right now. So, you mentioned that you feel like you would best fit with a high value man because of your personality.
Well, I'm also in corporate America, and my career path is working with CEOs and presidents. I've also
Slow down, slow down. Current path meaning what? You teach yoga?
no, I taught yoga for 12 years, but I took a break and I went back to corporate America because I have an MBA.
Doing
As
what?
right now, I work for a CEO, president and CEO of a
So
telecommunications
you're an
company.
executive assistant?
Yeah, as his EA. I'm an EA for C level.
Oh,
My
okay,
last
sweetheart. Okay, I need you to take the caffeine level down a little bit and kind of answer the question because I didn't hear you. Are you? What's your job title?
executive assistant.
All right. So you are effectively a work wife, which is fine. But see, here's the thing:
Yes, I am.
how many exec is the average executive assistant married?
Is the average EA married? Um, in my what I see, I would say yes.
How long?
What do you mean? How long?
How
How
long is they
long?
use? Okay, I've had executive assistants. So since you're saying this thing, I'm going to probe it. You're 52. You taught yoga, and you have an MBA. You got all these things all over the place. But now you're an executive assistant, and because you work with high value men, you say you best fit them, and I don't. That does not necessarily translate in life.
Well, I also my in corporate America because I've spent 30 years in corporate America.
How many?
I Huh?
How many years?
30. I have a long background
Okay.
trading for.
Well, here's okay, but here's the thing, man.
Millionaires.
If you've had a long background, okay, I need you to. If you've had a long background,
Yeah.
I need you to understand what I'm about to say. Have you ever was your child's father a high value man?
He was definitely alpha, but it wasn't
No,
like
no, no,
six.
no, no, no. I said out high value means he
In,
had the money, huh?
no, not
All
really.
right.
No.
So have you ever seriously dated a high value man for any length of time?
Yes, I have.
When?
In my mid-20s,
How long?
on and off for 3 years, but it was like serious on and off for 3 years.
Was it long distance?
No, it was pretty local.
Okay.
I think it's because of my son. My relationships in my 20s never gelled because
Well,
I
did
was
you have
one
a
of the.
child at the time?
Yeah, my son was.
Stop. Stop.
I had
Okay,
a.
hold on. Stop. 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 You may have a bubbly, effervescent personality, but ma'am, I'm gonna tell you right now, the high value men I know, you would drive them up a wall. And my clients are executives. I spent 20 plus years in corporate America, all the way up to the VP level.
That's good to know.
And most executive assistants who are seasoned are single. To be a work wife, that means you have to be married to a CEO or an executive, which means you're not fit to have one at home. That's a conflict of interest, especially for, that's why women over 30 tend to be executive assistants. You don't find many young executive assistants. It will conflict with their experience level and their home life. So while you may work well with executives, you may work well. You've priced first off, just from an age standpoint, you're out of the market for it.
That's what your videos say. That's why I was calling. Like,
Well,
you know,
it's not what my videos say, ma'am. It's what the world says. If a man is, if the
information that
if
I got
a,
from your
huh?
videos. The information that I
Well, I
obtained.
mean, if a man is around your age range and he's in the market,
Yes.
what do you think if he is a high value man, he's well off, a high earner, why would he go get a 50-year-old woman versus going to get a 27 or 26-year-old woman?
Can I give you one thing that I thought of? Now, when I listened to the videos, I understand that women in their 20s are the value. That's the ticket. Your window of opportunity is like 20, 24. After that 25, you're in the danger zone. Then these men, they have an arrangement like sugar daddy, I buy you, you're beautiful, superficial, but the divorce rate shows that half
Oh
of these,
Jesus! Okay, to get to the question.
then they end up in divorce 20 years later. She moves on.
Oh
He,
no! See, this is more of those. This is more of those.
there's a
Oh,
second
let
chance.
me block you. Don't. Oh, if you've been watching me, don't overtalk me. What the fuck you think you talking to? She's still talking. That's more you old battle axe bag horror stories. Don't get a younger woman. You may end up in a divorce court. He gonna end up dead fucking with you. Unmute yourself. I muted you because you overtalked me. You don't do that.
Okay. I'm sorry, I can't even see this.
But seriously, is that cool? You heard me talking. Here's the thing, man. You can believe what you want to. Get out of the chat room looking at the comment section. Are you in the comment section?
No, I'm
Okay,
looking.
seriously though, ma'am, you can believe what you like, but if I really would ask you the question, with all this stuff going on, why didn't you secure your high value man when you were younger before you had a baby by a dude you was with for all these years that didn't marry you?
I fell into that whole my corporate, I have to take care of myself. You know, that was my
Okay,
major motivation
but you were with
was
him for 8 years. How do you end up being your child's father and your fiance?
Oh, we were high school sweethearts.
Okay.
You know how that goes.
So
High school
do you
sweethearts.
think, did he go to college?
No,
And see, here's what I'm about to tell you. See, this is what.
but he was
No,
very
listen,
smart.
listen.
Yeah.
The reason you feel like you outpaced him is because you have more degrees, more corporate this, more that. You actually probably fit this guy. Your education is telling you something different. But I'm telling you, the high value men, no. Because if they wanted you, they'd have came and got you. Kid and all. But you didn't fit. You may have a nicer look. They may be good for a short time or a weekend. But if a high value man wants something, he goes and gets it. So if you're around it and the high value man didn't come get you, it means because you didn't fit. If you didn't have your MBA and your BA or whatever else, all you had all these different certifications and degrees. If you just had your high school diploma, you and your ex probably would have fit.
Really?
You had his child.
But
You had
we
his child.
also we were together at 16. So when you
But
become
what age did you have the child?
oh, I was 23.
So you weren't a freaking baby. You had the child. It's okay. All right,
But
I can make an
I
entire video. I can make an entire
I
video right. I can make an entire video right here. But
I
I'm not.
know,
Well,
but you have to understand he cheated and had a
no, I don't
child.
have to understand, man. I don't. What I have to know is what I
He
know.
cheated and
What
had a
I
child.
know is what I know. There's three sides to the story. Yours, his, and the truth. The net of it is high school sweetheart. You're with him for 7 years. Another one of these women who goes out and get your education and start to look at the guy you're with and think your education matters on the open market. If you were all that, someone would have came and took you, kid and all. They didn't. You overvalued yourself on the market, which is why you're unmarried today. I'll let you go ahead and I think you're a little, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, I appreciate your perspective, and I
No,
like.
go back and you may be new to the channel.
I
And
am.
I'm not saying anything. See, a lot of the stuff I talk about is not for me. My clients, okay, I came from this world. And as an image consultant, my clients are still in this world. And I will tell you that the men who are truly high value, who have the money, who have the gravitas, who have that other kind of stuff, they want women to be feminine, cooperative, submissive. And you seem kind of heady. And that may be great to be around, maybe great in the bedroom, but as far as a wife, no thank you. Not for these guys.
Okay, so
I gotta get on to the next person. Go ahead, finish your question.
well, thank you.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
mean,
No, answer your question though. Go ahead.
well, I mean, I thought I saw it differently. I saw my personality as fitting, but I'm also
But your personality might
I'm also my energy is super excited because I just can't believe I'm even
well,
on this
I
call
get
with
it.
you.
I
This
get
is
it and I appreciate it, but
huge for
you
me.
still are who you are though.
I'm
And when
very bubbly, I'm very quirky, and you're right.
I
You're
know
absolutely
it, and that's what I'm saying, ma'am. You are who you are, and if you've been in corporate America for all this time, if a high, you've been, there've been plenty of high value men in your orbit. None of them decided to try to wife you.
oh, they're all married though. I mean, everybody in corporate America is
Okie
married.
dokie. Well, have a good day.
Oh, well, thank you.
That was Tina, everybody. Tina. That was Tina, prototypical. And the Tina that I know is just as single as her today. Remember when I said Tina? I always thought she should have this when she's Tina. Tina down to the straight up Tina. If I'd have put her on, I'd have been like, this is Tina, everybody. Tina. Who are you? Melody, Alexa, JB, you're in the dark. If you don't get in the light, you can't be on. I cannot see you. So, Melody.
Here's Superman, explicit by Eminem, featuring Tina
Yes.
Ray
Hi.
on Amazon.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Doing is the present participle
Stop,
of
Siri.
doing.
Stop,
Doing
Alexa.
is usually defined as engaging.
Alexa, stop. Hold on. Alexa, you're stupid. Alexa's stupid, man. I swear to God. Oh, I said that. Go ahead, unmute yourself, Melody. Go ahead.
Yes. Hi.
Oh, Alexa, you trolled me? Oh, you thought you were going to get... So what's going on? Are you fit to be a high-value man's woman?
I want to say yes, but I am unsure, I guess.
How old are you?
23.
Are you a little too young? But let's get...
I'm sorry, what?
You're a little too young for this conversation. You're a little too... And
Well,
the reason I say that is because you should have just been getting out of school for about a year or so.
that is perfect. Spot on. I just graduated a year ago.
Right. So let's see if I can help for the younger people. Why do you want to have a high value man?
Well, I can answer that, but I did tune in because I also had a specific question.
It's on. You got to be on the topic, though. Is it a question on the topic?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I believe so. You could not answer if you'd like.
All right.
So I am 23 and I'm a virgin and I want a high value man, but I'm fearful that most high value men would not be willing to wait until after marriage.
That's not true. It's not true. Are who's helping you sort through the men that who would prospectively deal with? She muted herself. Who's helping you? Is your dad in your life?
Yes, I haven't really dated, but it would be my parents and my extended family, like cousins.
Well, then if your father is in your life, high value men are not opposed to going through the traditional courting system to meet the father and basically make a deal for his daughter. That's really what it comes down to. And that will be the far safer way to do this than try to navigate this on the open market. Because here's the thing, high value men don't want to take the virginity of a woman that they're not going to be with. That's just not something high value men would do. High value men tend to be respectable. They have a persona to uphold. You think the high value man would run around? Yeah, I met a 23-year-old and lied to her, got the draws, and then dumped her. No, that would be very bad for her career. Work with your father, work with the men, but no. High value men are not opposed to traditional. Matter of fact, a lot of high value men might shocked that you're still a virgin at this age with what's going on out here. It's actually
Well, I know a lot of wealthy people just because of where I live. I live in LA, but I would say they're not, especially younger guys. I am willing to date older, but
you're gonna no. Let me stop you right there. You're gonna have to date older. No, you're talking about 33 to 40 years old. You don't get to be high value without having to work. You got to put in at least 10 years, 7 to 10 years. Did you want a high value 23? Did you want a high value 26-year-old?
I was hoping with parental help, maybe a little younger.
No, babe. No, man. No. Look, a high value man has to make a certain amount of money for an extended period of time, 5 years. So even if he got out of college and start making let's just say 150 in LA, if he graduated at 22, he'd have to be 27 before he could actually even fit high value. Get close to dad. You got a lot to learn in this. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I know young ladies, you want like saying, "Oh, I want a high value man." No. Your man is going to be, first of all, only in this country do we expect young men to shoulder the burden of these unrealistic standards. Young men cannot make these standards. Let's see. Jasmine, your microphone is on. Hey, Lisa Ray K. Jasmine, your microphone's not on. Lisa Ray, you need to turn on your camera. And Lee, you need to turn on your camera. See, what these videos help to kind of help to establish is why. Hi, these videos are starting to help establish why a woman wants a high value man. What I have yet to hear from any woman who wants a high value man. I don't want to tip my hand. Let's keep on moving. Alexa JB, then Lee, your microphone needs to connect next, and then Jasmine, I can't see your microphone, so go ahead. Alexa, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
22.
You're too young for this.
I know. I just had 2 questions really quickly.
No, it can't be on the topic.
No, it is on the topic, I promise.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I noticed with the last caller, she was mentioning how her previous partner was alpha, but he wasn't high value. Mm-hmm. So do you differentiate those 2 like categories?
Yes. Can you be alpha and working at the post office?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you be high value and working at the post office?
Absolutely not.
So do you differentiate between those 2?
Yes.
That's your answer.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, and second question really quick. So why are since we're in our early 20s, why are we automatically kind of disqualified from the conversation if we're going to eventually immerse ourselves?
Because you haven't been out first. You're disqualified because of the lack of experience. Did you watch the video, my monologue?
I did not. I just tuned in.
All right. There was a whole monologue about Hilary, Tina, Angie, Lisa, and Kim. And all these women were out of college and had lived life up until around their mid to late 20s, early 30s. At 22, you're still talking about college men because many high value men aren't coming onto the university looking for a girlfriend or a wife. That's why you're disqualified.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it. Thank you so much.
There you go. Y'all killing me with no. Yeah, see, here's the thing, but it was good to put that out there. Jasmine. See, that was good to put out there. Lee? Okay, well, Lee is up. Jasmine, you're up first. Jasmine's phone.
Unmute, okay.
What you want?
Can you hear me? Hi. So I heard you say to the last, I didn't really hear the rest of the conversation, but you told her that
Hold on.
was...
Your camera's frozen.
It's frozen. Is it working?
Can
you see?
I can't. Hold on. Here we do. Let me put you back and drop you back down. I'll put you back and drop you back down. Close the chat. Lee, unmute yourself. Hello. How are you?
Hi. Thank you for having me. I just tuned in and I'm 22 as well.
Oh my God, you young. I gotta have a young woman's broadcast. Go ahead.
My question honestly is, how am I to prepare to be with a high value man at this time?
Where's your dad?
College person.
Where's your dad?
Well, my dad's in California. He wasn't in my life.
Well,
I didn't grow
let
up
me
with
say
him.
this to all the women who have these high value aspirations. First, you got to know why you want what it is you say you want. Most of you want, hold on. Most of you want a high value lifestyle. That's fine. A high value lifestyle is I don't work, or if I do work, I work from home. My husband pays all the significant bills. I have 2 to 3 children and they get to go to a nice school, private school or public school. And he's taking care of all this other kind of stuff. Great. That's what you want. That's a lifestyle. but that's not the man that makes the lifestyle. What do you want from him? And what you really and sadly, many of you you've thought about the life you wanted, and what does the face look like? Because it seems like he's just a walking wallet to most of you guys. He's completely blank. And that's why high value men look at a lot of you like, are you absolutely freaking nuts? I got to go out here and kill a dragon and fight lions with my bare hands, and y'all just think, take me. No, you're going to have to know who these men are and what they want from a wife and why they should pick you out of the other 99 women that want them.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? That's why you're a little too young at 22. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa Ray. What's going on, Diamond? Welcome to the Players Club.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, your name is Lisa Ray?
Yeah.
Okay. You know who Lisa Ray is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't.
Go ahead.
So, hello, Kevin. I'm 24.
Oh my God.
So,
are you in the States?
Yeah, I'm in the States.
All right. So, are you fit to be a high value man's wife?
I would say yes, because I followed your 3 rules. I got a personal trainer. I've been training with since 1 year.
Okay.
I got image consultant that changed my look from the typical teenager look or younger look to a little bit more classy and feminine.
Okay. Who's paying for all that?
My mom is supporting me.
Okay, where's your dad?
My dad is a businessman. I also have
Are mom and dad married?
My parents have been divorced since 1 year.
All right. So I'm seeing now I'm going to have to do an entire broadcast for women under 27, under 25, because great that you've listened to my videos, and but if you didn't watch the video, the entire video, I talked about how Tina goes out and does everything that she sees Hilary do. And basically that's what you're saying. I'm going out and doing all this other stuff, but you don't understand why it's being done. And then the last part, after you're immaculate, what do you bring? What does he want? What does Keith Henry want? What does Marcus want? What do the high value men want? There's a question. See, so many women today don't really. Thank you. I'm going to put you back. So many women, huh? Yeah, it's a question.
I just had a quick question. You said the last one was to get a matchmaker.
No,
and
that's for women further on down the line. If you want a high value husband, sure, but see, okay. The danger in all this stuff is, why do you want a high value husband, a high value man? And then who are these men? Do you know any of these men?
Yeah, I had Henrys that I had in college, but like
Henrys that you had in, hold on, Henrys that you had in college?
Like you say high earning.
Yeah, but they were high earners while in college?
No, they have potential that came from
No, it's not potential.
Okay.
See, you're ahead of the game. You're okay. I see what I need to do now, because there's a lot of younger women watching, and understand something. Let me say this to you and all the other women. Before you start going out and doing all this stuff, you need to ask yourself a question. What kind of husband do I need, and what does he want? You're putting the cart before the horse. You don't know who these men, and you don't know what they want. And if you're judging based off some high earning potential college guys, that's completely different than the men who are out here. You're moving too fast.
I thought because I was already out of college, I
got to move on. I understand, but see, you're watching the video, about a broad subject and you're acting on it. What it would have been smarter just to actually book a time to talk to me and ask me some questions instead of going to buying this or buying that because you didn't get the basics.
Okay.
All right, thanks. So let me say this. Far too many of you ladies treat high value men like they are an item you go buy in a store. These are living, breathing, sentient human beings with feelings. You can look the part, but if you don't know what he needs, he'll never pick you. Every woman that is going, not every woman, the women that these high earners or Henrys are going to pick all fit the part. What's the difference? Think about it as a job interview. In order to get the job, you have to have the basic skills. But why should why should a company hire you? Jasmine, your camera is dark. Yolanda, your camera is dark. Meg, have you called in here before? Have you called before? Yeah, you've called in before. Smile, Jasmine. Okay. Smile, Jasmine. All right, let's go, Jasmine. Unmute yourself. Ask Jasmine to unmute. Now you have to unmute yourself. I've asked you to unmute. Poor babies. All righty. Well, while Jasmine's trying to figure that out, we'll go to Miss Lulu. Have you called in before?
Yes, I have.
All right. Go ahead. What show did you call in on?
I think I called for on the show of the light skinned discussion.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, let's get to it. Are you fit to be a high value man's wildin'?
I think I am.
Okay.
Fit to be a high.
Well, you're older than the other one. So you're 30. Are you in the States?
Yes, I'm in Illinois.
All right. So, let's go down the path. Do you want to be married?
Yes.
Why high value men? Why do you want to be a high value man's wife?
I would say that I just kind of would like to have my kids, have the best of, an education, private school and stuff like that. So
I'm listening. Go ahead. So, yeah, I got a full chat room. It's Friday night, so we'll go a little bit longer. So basically, what that translates to is, I need his money.
Not necessarily.
Oh, can you? Okay, what do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Okay. So can you give your kids the kind of life you're talking about on your salary?
No.
Okay. Would you want to work? High value men's wives tend to not work.
Yeah, I would not want to work.
So you need his money.
Right.
Why is that so hard to just say? So ask yourself a question. You want a high value man, and here's the sales pitch. Hi, Mark. Hi, Keith. I like to be your wife because I like my children to have a good life.
Right.
That's the sales pitch. And you think and what do you think they'd say? Let me sign up for that, Bill. Let me take that deal right now. What's in it for him?
I mean, he's gonna get, I would say really good wife that's gonna,
Hold on. I need you to understand. I need you to understand something. You have put no thought into the question I just asked you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think that's a little bit of an issue? You want this man You want this man so you never have to work again and have kids, and you haven't put any thought into what he wants or why he would want you. It's a sale.
Right.
Hi, my name is Nurse. I have school debt. And if you pick me, I'll reproduce just like every other woman can do out here. But I want to stay at home and have you take care of me and all these offspring.
Okay. Well, I don't necessarily have a lot of debt, so
that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Debt doesn't. See, these are not. Is that really a selling point? Hey, I'll add that on. Hi, and by the way, I'm not in debt. You haven't spoken to one thing he wants. You haven't said, hi, Mark. Hi, Keith. Who are you and what you, here's how I can help you become a better man. Here's how I can inspire you. You're an attorney, you're a doctor, you're a CEO, you own this, you do that. Here's how I can help you get this out of the world. Here's how I can help make, if you're you haven't thought about anything of the man. It's all what you guys want.
Well, I mean, I would, definitely be a person that would bring something, like what you just said, to the table. Like,
but he'd have to teach you. You'd be coming as a blank slate for the most part. Tell me what you want and I'll do it. And that's fine. But your competition ain't doing that. Your competition is being prepped from the time she was holding a Barbie. This is what these kind of men want.
Okay.
Kris Jenner, why do you think all of her children are married to wealthy men? Because she prepped them.
Right.
So too many black women just think it's amazing. Honestly, some of you just think it's just, hi, I'll just take you off the high value tree and here's what you do. You'll have access to sex, which is standard. I'll reproduce, which is standard. There's nothing, you offer nothing special. And that's hard to hear, but it's nothing special. But you want an elite man and you're not offering anything special. And you're 30 years old. Your competition is 10 years younger than you.
Right.
And this is the dilemma so many of you ladies have, because I didn't start this channel out this premise. You ladies have come and said, this is what I want. All right. So when did you graduate from college?
I graduated like 4 years ago.
Why didn't you find your husband while he was in college?
I was engaged at one time.
Okay.
When I was 19. It just kind of wasn't somebody I saw myself with long term. So I was with him for almost 5 years. So, and then I just kind of took a break for myself and then just started dating again.
There's a mistake right there. Can't take a break. See,
right.
I need you ladies to understand something. The ladies who want high value men, this is blood sport. And see, in the Black America, Black women don't want to do one thing: compete. You got to compete for high value men. So many of the women calling her, they just want to show up.
I mean, I'm prepared to compete. I'm ready to do what it takes to get a high value man. I don't want a high value man.
Then if that's the case, the first thing, if that's the case, then you should know what these men are and what they want. I asked you many.
Well, I mean, all high value men, do they all want the same things, or do they?
That's for you to figure out. I know the answer, but that's for you to figure out. Okay. That just shows me you haven't done the research. You don't know. You're going in and saying, basically, if I meet Mark or Keith, here's how this would work in your world. Because you've done no preparation. Hi, Keith. Keith stepped to me, and he's a high value man. Yeah. Well, I'd be willing to do whatever he asked me to do, as long as he was willing to marry me, set me down, and give me access to half of everything he has. And then you got to figure him out.
Right.
Do you have any history in cooperating or serving a man?
Yeah, I do. I have history from
Okay.
that.
Well, see, that's the thing. You got to go figure out who these men are and what they expect. They expect.
I mean,
okay, I got to move on down the path. But at 30, I should be getting a different answer from a 30-year-old than I got from a 20-year-old. I just had three 20 somethings, and I'm getting no more information from you at 30 than I got from them at 20, 21, and 22. That's a problem.
Okay.
Or do you not see it that way?
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
No. I asked a very specific question. That's a problem. Do you not see it that way? Do you see it that way?
It is a problem. Yes.
All right,
yes.
then treat it as such. Black women understand something. The older you get, the more of a sense of urgency. Every year, you can knock down $50,000 from a man. Let me explain. At 23 years old, that's when you can expect a $350,000 a year guy, because you got at the beginning of your entry level. But at 24, you can knock 50 grand off. 25, you're down to 250. 26, you're down to what? 200. 27, you're down to 150 because you're in the goddamn danger zone.
All right.
But y'all move through life like, oh, well, I'll take some time off and I'll turn around at 30 years old. Just pick one off the high value tree. It don't work that way, sis. The kind of men you're talking about, their wife, by the time their wives are your age, they've already had all their children. Damn.
Well, does it also apply to like men that are already divorced and have kids already? And,
you don't need to know.
Okay.
See, what you're trying to do is trying to weave a special case. It applies to high value men. Take the worst case scenario instead of trying to bank on the long shot. High value men.
I mean, the men that are like in their 40s, they already have, kids, and those are the guys
and they don't,
that usually
and they'll mess with women in their 30s. But if they're gonna marry one, why would a man who's already have kids marry? Why would he marry?
I mean,
I can tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you why. But why would guys who have already done that marry? What do they want?
They probably want another wife. I mean,
they can find another. They got plenty of women.
So what do you think they're?
I know what they do, man. I know.
30,
I know that what they want, and that's the thing. If you watch listen, I've even said it. If I were to get remarried, there's only two scenarios. If a man who's already been married and already got kids, he's already been to the rodeo. If he's going to remarry, he's going to go for a younger woman because he's going to want a woman who has time to produce him the amount of children he wants. Most guys don't just get married to go for one. They're going for 2 or 3. And they're not going for a 30-year-old woman to give them 2 or 3 kids. They're going to get for early 20s. Early 20s because she's not nowhere near as jaded, has far more hope, far more optimistic, all the things going on. Or if the guy decides he wants to deal with somebody else who's not, and there's no kids involved, he's going to pick a wife who's going to be much more, if he chooses an older woman, kids will be off the table because he doesn't want kids. Okay. Do you want children?
Yes.
See? You're screwed in both of those scenarios. You're not the youngest, and you're too young for the no kids scenario. So if an older man who has kids told you he want kids, women like you would try to get in there and then sneak a kid in there because that's your biological imperative.
Yeah, I probably won't do that, but
I'm just saying, with all likelihood, ma'am, high value is not in your future. It's an age thing. It's an age thing, and you could be drop dead gorgeous, but you still are competing against women who are actively competing for these men. And out there, these women go to places casting their net trying to find high value men, and you can't even draw a picture of what one is. You just know what you want. And that's what these broadcasts are showing, that so many women have no idea who men really are. Any of us. High value, errands, regular guys, you just don't know. Explains a lot, though. Have a good night.
Well, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
I mean, I hate to be that direct, but I mean, there's just no two ways of getting around that. Again, the sales pitch is high. I want you to pay for me for the rest of my life. And in exchange, you get some kids. That's not a good deal. Jasmine, how are you? You got to speak up. I can't hear you. Jasmine's been having more problems with the phone. Looking like Sade's little sister. I cannot hear you. All right. Nelly, we'll try Nelly. Jasmine muted herself.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
So, are you fit to be a high value man's wife?
Oh, it's a tough question.
It's a tough question. It's a tough market. Do you want to be a high value? Do you want a high value man?
I was dating a high value man that I spoke to for like 9 years since I was 29. He's still in the picture, but he's not looking for commitment. So my biggest issue is, how do I adjust after being used to dating a high value man that would splurge on me and pay bills and, you know, he had my back. How do I adjust and date someone of a lower value?
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Have you
No
ever,
kids.
have you ever had therapy?
For what?
Just to get a clean bill of mental health.
Yes.
How long ago?
Wait, no, I never had therapy. I have a clean bill of mental health. I don't have any mental health issues.
You can't know that, because here's the thing. At 38 years old,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you one very defining question. Why did you date a so-called high value man for 9 years with no ring or commitment?
It was on and off. He had always expressed that he wanted to have multiple wives. And I always said I could never
What made him
commit to
high
that.
value?
He owns multiple businesses.
Okay.
He grosses over $1 million a year.
All right.
I've done his taxes before.
And it takes more than money.
He's very intelligent, very resourceful. He's just like the full package. He's tall, handsome,
No.
black.
To be high value, there's a money component. Then there's also a gravitas component. There's a network component. Did you ever meet? Was he a loner, or did he have a bunch of other friends or high value men around him like himself?
He had a bunch of other friends and high value men around him.
But yet he wanted to have multiple wives?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just not something that typically goes in this.
So it's so hard to adjust. Like, how do I go from dating a man like him to dating a man that might bring in?
Well, first, let me finish. First, how long ago did you stop seeing him?
He's still in the picture. We talk at least once a week.
Why?
I've tried to cut him off. I've blocked his number, but he always comes back.
Yeah, therapy. Therapy is what therapy. My thing is always the same thing. Therapy, man. And there's something going on. First off, to allow yourself to be involved with a man for 9 years and no commitment and all this other thing going on. If the man made $50,000 a year, would you have allowed it to go on this long?
No.
There you go. Therapy. Therapy is okay. I mean, I got other people to get to, man. But that's the first step. There's something going on with you. At almost 40 years old, you spent this much time going back and forth with a man you know did not want to marry you.
Mm-hmm.
So you allowed your time to be wasted And now you're going to try to adjust to a lower standard, a lower revenue guy, while you still got the $1 million guy in the picture. So what? If the $1 million guy ever said, hey, let's get married, so you can just dump the lower guy and punish him? No. Therapy.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. It takes more than just money to be high value. And you ladies, you got to bear a lot of responsibility. You let a guy run you through the paces like this and get up to 40 years old with nothing to show for it. French took, get out of here. You know better than that. Should know better than that. That sounded kind of crazy to me. Can I also say something else? It's nice, ladies, but can you, got your boobies all out here on TV? God, dog. It's like, hey, look at my chesticles. All right. I see somebody, these names say iPhone. iPhone and iPhone. I don't know who these people are. Yolanda Harper, you're going to have to go bye-bye because you won't get on the camera. I don't see any names here on your profiles. Oh, it's after midnight. Who's this? I'm going ahead and ask you to unmute.
Hi. I don't know how to put my name on the chat
Okay.
thing.
What is your name?
Cecilia.
Cecilia. How are you, Cecilia?
Doing good.
Are you fit to be a high-value man's wife?
I think so.
How old
I
are
think
you?
I'm pretty qualified. 27.
27.
I'm in the danger zone.
Mm-hmm.
Danger zone!
You're in the 27, you're in the danger zone? Really? Why do you want to be a high-value man's wife, though?
I think I'm worth it. I think I'm worth being a wife and making an honest woman. And I feel like I have things to bring to the table. I feel like I'm really a good communicator. And I think that's why I think I get dates and, men offering to do things for me.
Uh-huh.
Offering, services, to go on dates and, just spend time together.
Sorry. I don't know what that's happened. Okay, you think you'd be... I don't get it. You still haven't said why you need that, though.
Why wouldn't I? I mean, I feel like as a woman, I want to have kids.
I'm in danger.
Okay, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
I don't want
You're breaking up. Hold on. Let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Are you working now?
No, collecting unemployment.
Do you have a work history?
Yeah, I was working at a dentist's office as a dental assistant.
So you didn't go to college?
I did. Yep.
Did you graduate from college?
Yes.
And then you became a dental. Did you go to school did you have to go to college to become a dental assistant?
No, I actually just did some certifications and I went to a
But
few
you have student
classes.
loan debt.
No.
I'm in danger.
You don't have student loan? Okay, you paid for college how?
My father, he's in the military, so
Okay.
I used his
All right.
GI Bill.
All right, so a lot of women feel like they want to have nice lives and they want men to pay for them. That's really what this is coming down to for a lot of women. I want to have a nice life. You want to be a stay-at-home wife?
I don't mind working.
Okay. Do you want to be?
I would like to stay at home for maybe the first 6 months and then I can have family members take care of my child while I'm working.
Well, that's not really okay. That's the difference. Have you watched my channel?
Yes.
Okay, so high value men's wives tend not to work. So I don't know if you're on the right broadcast. Because are you saying you want to work or you wouldn't mind working?
No, I don't want to work, but I would not mind working if that.
Okay, but the thing is, okay, let's just get clear. How many kids do you want?
3.
You want to send them to daycare?
Not really. I'd rather have a family member take care of them.
You want to send them to daycare or you want somebody else to raise your children while you go to work?
Temporarily?
Period.
Just for the
Temporarily.
6 months, really.
But it's after 6 months, somebody else is still raising your babies, teaching your babies. See, this is why you ladies got to start being honest with yourself.
How am I not being honest?
I'm asking, okay. You have no children.
Right.
Daycare, first off, family member. I don't know what family member will be raising your kid. Are you planning on paying them? Because taking care of somebody's kid is a big deal. And childcare is expensive. And I'm trying to understand what it is you really want, ma'am. And if you're saying I'll take this, I'll take that, that's not the conversation.
Okay, so I want a family and a husband.
You want a rich husband?
Well off.
Not the conversation. Thank you. I'm not gonna play games. I got other shit to do. I mean, well off. Well, not the conversation. All right, let's see. We'll try you one more again. Who are these people on this iPhone with this crazy background going on? I can't see y'all. Y'all look. I'm not in the mood to be trolled by folks either, so I'm gonna do that. Try one more. Jasmine. Where are the breakout rooms? Breakout rooms. There we go. Delete. Yes. There we go. So here we go. Split participants up into 2 rooms, 3 rooms automatically. Ew. All right, Jasmine. Unmute. How are you? Oh, I'm at Paul, baby. We're gonna have to go ahead and play the taps for Jasmine. Her phone just won't operate. Jasmine, your phone, you keep muting your phone. I'm going to ask you to unmute one more time. Unmute your line. There you go. Say hello. Hi. Nope. All right, Jasmine. No luck tonight. Thank you. Don't know what's going on. Open all rooms. You put all participants in a breakout room. Now they're all in individual rooms. And we're going to close all those rooms. So here's the thing. What I think is starting to happen is a lot of people are starting to realize that this whole high value thing may be a little bit more than they're cut out for. That maybe wanting somebody to pay for you to. Here's the thing, ladies. Men have a hard time stomaching paying for a woman who is 27 years old or older. If you've already been out there working, It's hard for a man to stomach. Oh, now you went to college and now you want me to pay all this debt that you've accrued because you only was going to be out here working 4 years. It's hard for a lot of men to stomach, especially at 30. They're like, hey, if you already been working 8 years, you might as well stay working. 80% of you ladies are going to have to work. Well, 72% at least. 72% of mothers in this country work full-time or part-time. That means 7 out of 10, 72 out of 100 married black women can expect to work. And far too many of you ladies say, I wouldn't mind working, or I wouldn't mind working some home-based business, like that woman who was a biology major. I don't know where you guys have become so lazy or think you should have a life of luxury. You haven't done anything. You ain't dug no ditches. You ain't been a domestic. You ain't had to go clean people's houses. You've been to public school and went to college. And a lot of guys sit back and say, if I got to get out here and work and make it doing, I got no problem with that. But I'm going to get exactly what I want. I'm going to get a fit, feminine, friendly woman. She's going to be feminine, beautiful, inspirational, cooperative, submissive. She's going to be on my program. She's going to come preloaded. And I'm just going to have to teach her and tweak her to the things I want. But she's going to already know how to cook. She's already going to know, she's going to already be well versed in understanding how to serve a man. I will just have to take her and show how to serve this man. You guys are coming as a blank slate to where a man is basically having to come do everything he has to do. And then he has to come and then teach you. And then he's like, well, you're 30 years old. You don't even have a history of teaching. So if I got to tell you one time, that's too much work to be putting on a man. He's like, I got to go over here and build Wakanda. You should already know this stuff. That's why I'm telling you, the ladies who get out and get that competitive mindset, start realizing that you got to compete to get a man and start putting yourself in that position, are going to be better off to win. Let me explain something to you. In order to get into this high value kind of become a high value woman, you're going to have to define your lifestyle goals. You're going to have to define what they look like. What you want, kids, that kind of stuff, how much money your man needs to make, the city, all that stuff. You got to define it clearly. Then here's the big one. You're going to have to scrutinize yourself from head to toe, bucket naked. No weave, no makeup, no nothing. Scrutinize yourself from head to toe, inside and out. Be critical of yourself. This right there is going to eliminate 90% of you, because you cannot be critical of yourself. Then you're going to have to create a financial strategy for investing and improving yourself. You have to make yourself high value available. Femininity, coaching, image consulting, maybe even plastic life coaching. Personal trainers, nutrition, plastic surgery. You may have to take a second job to fund your luxury, high value lifestyle, because to go around these high value men, you're going to have to be in these high value places. So you want it for free. You're going to have to educate yourself on this environment. That's the research. You're going to have to read some books, attend some classes, buy some courses, and then you're going to have to take action. You're going to have to actually get out in the world and go interact and float around float around Keith and Mark and your competition. Y'all not taking this seriously. You just think it's going to happen. You think it's just going to happen, and it's not. So I am tired. I'm honestly rather tired. I'll take one more call and we'll get on through it. Let me see. Is this a mother and daughter team on an iPhone? Y'all tripping. Mila. Okay. Let's go ahead. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I am fine. How about you?
Doing well. I usually don't stay up this late, but I really like the title of the show, so I decided to log in.
Okay. Are you fit to be a high value man's woman or wife?
Absolutely. I believe so.
Okay. How old are you?
28 currently.
Danger zone.
28 currently, huh?
Yes.
Really? Okay. What makes you fit to be a high value man's wife?
I definitely focus on self-development, so I've actually been exposed to your content and Pope's content over the past year and a half, so I've definitely been investing in myself. I am a stylist, so I understand the image consulting and everything
Stylist
like that.
meaning what?
Huh?
What kind of stylist?
For women.
I mean, are you a personal stylist? Hairstylist?
Personal styling.
Okay.
Not personal styling, yes. Personal styling.
Yeah, because I've heard many people try to, the stylist term gets kind of haphazardly thrown around. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're 28, you're a stylist. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, what city are you in?
I'm in the Dallas area, Texas.
Ooh. Oh my God, know it very well. All right, so you know what's coming next. Height, weight, dress size.
Height 5'7", 5'7.5" on a good day. Dress size a 2,
okay.
A 0 to 4, depending on the type of dress.
Okay, where'd you go to college?
University of North Texas.
Oh well, yeah. I know a lot of people I know from this part of the world. So what's wrong with you?
Well, nothing necessarily. I actually just got exposed to the information late.
No. There gotta be something wrong with you. 27, you ain't married yet. What's wrong? Seriously though, you want high value men? Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant?
I do not. However, I am open to having some type of home-based business that wouldn't conflict with my husband's career.
I just spoke on that too. Okay, so question becomes, what's the longest relationship you've ever had?
5 years.
How long ago did that end?
That was high school going into college, but I've had an engagement proposal. I just didn't feel like
high school going into college. What does that mean? You mean from the time you was like 14 to college?
Well, freshman year, sophomore year in college. But at that time I definitely wasn't focused on marriage.
That doesn't count. I'm talking about relationships over 18 years old. Longest relationship over 18 years old.
2.5 years.
Are you looking at YouTube right now?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay. 2.5 years. All right. You said you had an engagement?
Well, a proposal.
Proposal. Like a public proposal? Somebody like took you someplace and produced a ring and dropped to one knee?
At the house around family.
Was there a ring?
Yes.
At least 1.5 carats?
Yes.
All right. So why didn't you guys get married?
Personally, I wasn't ready at the time, and I didn't want to get married to get divorced a couple years later like I see a lot of people do. So
that's had to be fairly recently though. Right?
No, that was 3 years ago.
Okay. Why are you ready now?
Well, I understand what men actually want, and just personal development on myself and knowing what it means to be a wife and not just being in a relationship just to have a certain status, because
Okay, what?
You know,
Okay. Was this guy a high value man?
I would say he was on his way there, but he
Okay.
wasn't definitely not a top 10 or top 5% guy.
So did you think you could do better?
That wasn't the motivation. The motivation was that I wasn't ready at that time.
Okay. So have you gone to therapy since then?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because I'm curious. I mean, because 3 years is not as to be ready. All right. So, what do high value men want in a woman?
A woman that's cooperative.
All
Of
men
course,
want.
a woman.
Oh, all men want that. But yes, that's important.
A woman that's not gonna, of course, be loyal, but know how to handle herself in multiple situations, different environments, willing to work on herself throughout the relationship and not just get them and then you kind of fall off and gain a bunch of weight and just kind of lose yourself, especially after you have kids. You still have to stay on top of your game no matter what.
Have you had any kind of etiquette or training or
Yes.
anything like that? So where do you go in a non-COVID situation to be around high value men?
Well, I mean, they have virtual business expos.
No, I said
mean,
when the
still have
non-COVID situation. I used to live in Dallas. I spent non-COVID.
non-COVID, yes.
I
Definitely go to networking events, business related, real estate related, everything like that.
right. So how many high value men are actively courting you right now?
It was 2, now it's down to 1.
Okay. Why? Okay. What happened to the one that didn't work out?
I wasn't prepared for him to be that busy, honestly, and working so much.
Oh, do explain. How many? I mean, what do you mean? I mean, how many? How that busy? How's that much? How busy was he?
I mean, busy enough to be a director in a corporation.
Right. You know, the kind of shit that requires to be able to make the money.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
so you're one of those chicks.
No, I didn't realize how much time it would take until you're actually in the situation.
Well, but okay. So, but this has been recently.
That was 3 years ago.
Okay, dear. I said, how many high value men do you currently have courting you? You said 2 down to 1.
Yes.
So,
the one I just mentioned is the one that we no longer talk.
what do you mean you no longer talk? The one that proposed to you?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Now you're starting to come across as deceptive. What are you doing? Because the truth is pretty easy to tell. I said, how many guys are currently, I don't like lying women. I'm going to just tell you that right now. So if you don't want to just tell me the direct truth, we can just end this.
Well, honestly, it's only one guy, but we're not in communication right now.
Well, then he's not active. Okay. What was the question I asked you?
So right now, 0.
What was the question I asked you?
Post-COVID, how many men are actively courting you?
So how many high value men are currently courting you? You
Yes.
said 2, and that's a lie. Ma'am, you may have some of the external things, but even this little interaction is kind of off-putting. You have a guy who's a director propose to you, and you say you don't want to, you weren't ready to be his wife as the reason you ended the engagement. Then you turn around and say you weren't prepared for him. You gave 2 different reasons for why you split with the same man.
Yes. And I understand that in retrospect. So that's why I listen to broadcasts like yourself and a few other people just to know what I need to do moving forward.
Oh, you need to stop. Okay, first off, you need to stop playing games. It ain't about you. High value men don't care about what you're doing. If he's got to be at work and be a director, what do you expect? Him to just sit around and talk to you all day?
Definitely not.
Were you raised by dad? Were your mom
Not
and
my
dad?
biological,
Were your mom and dad
not my
married?
biological father, but
Oh,
my mom and
let
my
me let me
stepdad.
let
They are.
me see if I can try to help. In your
Okay.
coaching or your therapy, were there any clinical
Yeah.
diagnoses of acceptance, approval issues? Uh, what did your therapist tell you?
Honestly, not to be so self-critical.
I'm always leery when somebody says honestly. Um, if I were to ask your ex, what is it like being with you? What do you think he'd tell me? Is it pleasurable?
Yes.
Okay. So why was a man who's a high earner who has to work so troubling to you?
Honestly, I would just say I was just wasn't ready and just immature.
Okay.
I guess I had different expectations for that
I mean, what do you mean?
type of
I
thing.
mean, was he traveling?
Yes.
So how often would you see
Yeah.
him?
2 to 3 times every 2 weeks in person.
But you could verify he was on business.
Yes.
Okay. Let me take it away from you. Ladies, let me introduce the high value men. We work our asses off. I tell my guys over here, the guys who don't even want to be high value, you're going to need to be putting in 60 hours a week that you're getting paid for. The guys who get all the way up to high value, you're talking
Mhm.
12, 14-hour days, 12, 16-hour days. When I started this business, I averaged about 4 hours of sleep. It requires a lot of effing work to become elite level successful. And you cannot have a nagging woman who's sitting back, we don't have enough time to spend together. I'm talking not to you, but to the audience. And this is what I was trying to tell the previous callers. See, women who train their daughters how to be with high value men, let them know this is part of the deal, sweetheart. He's not going to be there to talk to you about your feelings and everything else. He has to go out and kill stuff. And when he comes home, he needs you to be smiling, friendly, happy, and an oasis. Not annoying and where you been and this and that. That's I hope. Are you still in therapy? Are you still in therapy?
Currently, no.
All right. Well, this last guy that you said you were seeing,
Yeah.
when did that end?
Pre-COVID.
All right. So why do you have to have a high value man? Because it doesn't sound like you're really fit for one. Fit meaning you're not supportive. You may want the lifestyle, that's fine. But if you watch the broadcast, I said, he's the star. You're the co star. Your job is to support him. The stylist thing you're doing is additional.
Yeah.
And if you need somebody who's going to value your freedom, and it sounds like you need a guy who's going to be much more on the Aaron level, above average guy, but not high value. Because that would be miserable for you and miserable for him.
Understood. And that's a valid point.
But here's the thing I also try to tell people. I think we've put too much emphasis on this high value thing, and we've made normal and average like it's trash. And I'm a high value guy, but I get tired of seeing guys try to make themselves something they're not. I get tired of seeing women try to reach for something that they don't really want. So when the story you tell me, I know so many women that have been like that who really aren't they need a different kind of guy. They need a guy that can be around more because their love language is, you know, a lot more present.
Yeah.
And a high value man cannot do that. See, the high value men build this world. Think about before we had the computer or telephones. I mean, with this instantaneous communication, we think as though the world has changed. I get people who get mad at me that I don't return their text in a day. I'm busy. Somebody will text me and I won't get around to text, and I'll look up. I'll have like 5-6 text messages getting cursed out, and I'm like, dude, I receive 14, 15 texts an hour. Why aren't you texting back? Well, obviously I'm busier than you. I would suggest maybe not be worrying so much about high value and getting and understanding who you are and understanding the kind of men not that you want, but that you need. That's what I'm getting from you. You need a different kind of man, and he probably is not, and I doubt he's going to be high value, because high value men are driven by legacy and other things. You will never be a high value man's focus. Ladies, you will never be a high value man's focus. Never. Black men either. You think Melania Trump is Donald Trump's focus? No. These choreographed photo ops you see? No. The relationship you're going to have with a lot of high value men is with this money. You'll be dealing with other women while their husbands are off doing other things. That's the reality. And if you can't deal with that, don't even go into those pools, because here's what. No, I don't even go down that path. You just don't want to do that. So, all right, but appreciate you calling in, sis. High value is not the end of the world. Thank you. You too. High value is not it's not a must be. It's not a must be. Okay? It's not a must be. I personally wish the more women would really reevaluate. There's a song I play on this channel. It's called Hiatus. Let me see. I'll cue it up. I'll let you listen to a little bit of the words. And I need you to listen to the words she's saying.
Personal, I ain't lying, I ain't hiding, I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away.
She says, I've been basically stepping back, trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating, taking time away. You are always posting up pictures.
Trying to look like you winning.
Trying to look like you're winning.
I'm writing rhymes in the kitchen.
While I'm writing rhymes in the kitchen.
Soaking in moments we live in.
Open in moments we're living.
Yeah, you got the nerve to be on me.
You got the nerve to be on me.
Faking your life for the IG.
Thinking your life is on IG. This is a woman who is taking her time, getting to know herself, meditating, and you got a guy over here who's living a superficial life in public, trying to make it seem like he's doing something. So many people today got their life on IG and in the world, and there's nothing in between. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about your old school photo album your grandma used to have. When you used to go to your grandma's house, you used to look at the family pictures. You saw your mama when she was a little kid. You saw your grandparents when they was real young. You saw your great grandparents. You're like, wow. And I used to love looking through the family album. But back in the day, they didn't have phones in their camera. You used to have to go somewhere to have a picture made. So every picture was an event, unless it happened at and when did the camera usually come out? A family reunion that doesn't happen anymore. A birthday, a wedding, a funeral, at events. They just didn't happen on Tuesday. People didn't take pictures of their meals. And and you would look in the family album and it would chronicle the existence of the family. Picture here, picture here, picture here, picture here. What you have to realize is the picture here had people in it. And then the picture here had some more people in it. But right in here, the crack in between those two pictures is where life happened. This is where the hurts, the pains, the ups, the downs, the crying, the arguments, the reconciliations, all the stuff that happens every day in life. This picture was taken in June, and this picture may not have been taken until March of next year. A whole lot of life happens in those cracks. Now people are trying to post life up on IG and all these places, and they got nothing in these cracks. So you got a lot of people walking through life looking great, but empty as French toast. No one told you how to call in? Because I had plenty of call in. I got plenty. All right, I got to get up out of here. It's late. To all your trolls, you won't get in. You won't get in. Do yourself a favor. Don't try to call in anymore. In order to get on the show, you're going to have to get on live. I got to see you. But at the end of the day, here's the thing, folks. This is last show of the week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Ladies, stop torturing yourself thinking you got to get a high value man. Too many of our sisters would be so much better off if you just say, you know what? I'm an average woman, above average woman, and I'd be fortunate to get an above average guy and live life. Every other group, they're average and above average people get together. And they're getting out there moving and having and enjoying life. If you didn't have coronavirus going on right now, I would tell you, when out here in Atlanta, I would see groups of black women by themselves at dinner. But you look around and other races of people, husbands and wives, couples, men. I'm going to leave us with this. Ladies, you need to learn your men. But one thing I've learned from this last several months, more than anything else, is so many of women today simply do not know who men are. And you need to get curious about men. Forget what you think you know. You don't know anything. You need to get curious about men. That's what your competition does. Becky, Marisol, Mylene, they're curious. Dr. Tiosan Johnson talks about his Black Masculinity Studies class at USC. The number one people enrolled in those classes, white women. And when he asked them, because they like to date black men, these women are going to a college level course to learn about black men. You take your men for granted. You're not doing it on purpose. You think you know them and you treat them like you think they deserve. And if you got to know them, you may realize that what you've been wanting for your life, what you've been needing for your life has been in your face all along. And it's not this guy over here. It's the guy right here. All right. I got to get up out of here. Oh, Mimi is in here. Yeah. Yes, that woman that said, I'm going to, Yeah, I got my question about you, Mimi. Mimi, are you in here? I got my questions about you, Miss Mimi. Yeah, I got my questions. Yep. Are you clout chasing on my channel? Are you clout chasing on my channel? Are you over here to try to get guys to come over to your channel and in your IG? Are you who you said you were? Yeah. Are you who you said you were? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. You notice she ain't said nothing, right? Uh-huh. I'm not the one for it. No, you're not here clapping. Well, let me help you, Chelsea winner. Bye-bye. Do. Get them all out of here. Do. Chelsea, we don't give them any love. We just boot those people out of here. Boop boop doo. See, folks like that woman who just came in mad. Why do y'all go over there? Because at least they enjoy it and have some fun over here. You ain't got nothing for them. Nothing for them. Anyway, let's get up out of here. I got things to do. Until next time. Next week, y'all. Next week. Oh, next week is going to be fun. Get ready, fellas. Get ready, ladies. Because we will cross 100,000 by next week. And the haters are going to love that one. But here's the thing. We love our haters. Haters make you great. If you don't have any haters, you ain't trying hard enough. Peace out. Why do you guys go listen to him? He's so mean. Oh. Join me on Patreon for videos you will only see there. Support the movement, support the channel. Yeah, I'm going to do a show for under 27-year-old women. Mimi, I haven't got an email from you. Oh, join me on IG in the frat room. Videos you will only see there. When they're up, they're up. When they're down, they're down. This weekend's gonna be dope on IG. I'm looking for new Money World girls. If you're an actor or an actress and you want to, I'm looking for talent to do videos with. Ideas coming up on the channel. We're going to make this a place to where people can actually get what they want and improve if they're willing to do the work. Let the haters hate while we elevate. Hail to the year. Email your show idea to info@bykevinsamuels.com or go to bykevinsamuels.com to book your one-on-one personal advice, your interpersonal communication, your corporate or career advice, or your virtual consultation. Get your look up, get the style up. Or if you can't figure it out, just book your basic customized session and we can discuss what it is you may need. Respect my inbox. This Sunday, the playlist will be up so y'all can have y'all smooth tunes, sitting back grooving. Oh yeah, I used to be a Group X instructor too. Teaching cycle class. Guys, get a bike. Get you some kettlebells. Work out. I'm gonna take this shirt off, boy. Woo! Close up, baby. Good night.